All right, great. And thank you very much, Reed, for inviting me here to the Inspiration series. And I really appreciate being here with all of our trading friends. I see many of you here that I recognize, and I've been around in the trading industry now for 15 years. I started back in 2001 with my daily directional forecast newsletter. And that has been going on for 14 years, where I've done what no one ever did in the history of the stock market, and that is tell traders exactly where the market's going the next day with an 80% degree of accuracy. Very high degree of accuracy, and I've been doing that for quite some time. And now all of that is concentrated in my daily live room called the Day Traders Action Live Trading Room. Now, you've probably noticed the title of this webinar. It's called Becoming a Blue-Collar Working Trader, Making $500 to $1,000 a Day in a Small Trading Account. Now, once I get going here, you're going to have to excuse me because I am a real trader. I day trade live in the mini NASDAQ, as you can see here on the chart. That's our baby. No more S&P. That S&P contract is there's too many hedge fund traders and everything putting on all kinds of different strategies. The real action is in the NASDAQ. I'll go over that in a minute, but I just want you to, up front, I wanted you to accept my apologies because I am a real trader. It's an edgy, fast market, and I talk real and I talk bottom line. I don't waste time with hypotheticals or talking about you know, things where you kind of ponder the trade before you think about it, and maybe I'll get into that, maybe I won't. We talk bottom line, making cash every day. That's what it's all about. That's cash to pay your bills, buy your lovely wife some new shoes, and buy yourself something too. Buy yourself some nice gifts. Take the kids out for pizza. Take the soccer team out for pizza. Be a real dad hero because you were trading on Mohan's Day Traders Action site and you made, you know, $1,000 today. What's the problem? Take $200, take the kids out, you know. That's what we talk about in the room, and that's what we're about. Now, let me give you a description of what I call a blue-collar working trader. By the way, for right now, you should be able to see my cursor. This is a Boomerang Day Trader chart, which I'll talk about in a second. I'm worldwide renowned for the Boomerang Day Trader, which is one of the top sellers on NinjaTrader and soon to be on eSignal as well. But let me explain to you. A blue-collar worker, in my view, this is someone who goes in every day and says, I'm going to work, I have a job, and that job is the assignment given to me by the markets, and in the case of joining the blue-collar working traders room, the signals that Mohan gives. I just go to work, he gets the signals from the market and the setups, and we go in and we scalp out that trade on mini NASDAQ for 3 points, sometimes 5 points. Sometimes we take a little bit less, but we don't care. We just go in and grab the easiest money possible as quickly as we can, and we move on to the next trade. So if you're not a day trader or you're not interested in futures trading, then this webinar is probably not for you, other than if you want to get some laughs at the things I say or well, whatever. You know, we're gonna talk about real trading here. And I even say right in my again, you know, the material that I put out is very simple. But this is Boomerang Day Trader right here. Boomerang Day Trader was developed by me about 5 years ago, and like I said, we've become the top seller, one of the top sellers on NinjaTrader and soon to be eSignal. And this is a bottom line system where we simply look for all the matching trend bands to match. We take a pullback to signal line, and that price goes down and gives us 3 points. Maybe they run down further here. We don't really care. We have a method for catching a second level trade that'll show up. In this case here, here's a second level trade that failed because the dynamic trend band didn't change color. We take the next yellow pullback under the magenta colored dynamic trend band, and down they go. We can catch runners if we want, but we don't focus on those because we're going to be making, in the room, when you join the room here, I'm going to give you a special trial offer that's practically free. When you join the room, we're going to be making probably on the very slow days 5 trades, and on the busier days like today up to 20 trades or so. Up 15, 20 trades is not uncommon. I once knew an E-mini S&P trader back when I started my newsletter when they first started heavily rigging the markets. He was on to this and he was investigating it. He got me involved with the Chicago Tribune and everything, and He said he was one of the largest E-mini traders in the world. He showed me his badge number, and I checked it out. He gave me all the ways to validate it, and he puts on 1,000 E-mini S&Ps, and he does it about 40 to 50 times a day. So if you think that trading 8 to 20 times a day on mini NAS is a lot, well, I'm just showing you that there are big traders putting on 1,000 E-minis, in this case one of the largest ones, 40 to 50 times a day. So it's not really that much at all. I consider us to be kind of conservative. Now, what I'm showing you Boomerang for is because this is what my room looks like, what you're seeing here on the screen. Every day when you join in the room, this is exactly what you'll see. You'll hear me call out live trades, and those trades are confirmed by our broker team from Global Futures that sits in our trading room and confirms the exact live trades that are going into counts. So it is live trading that we do in the room, all confirmed by a broker team. This is very rare to see this, and you'll find that most of the trading rooms out there do not have a broker team involved with offering auto trade for their signals. Recently, and I'll just show you some recent examples, we just coming off a 9-day period here of winning. Now what I want to show you, and this is very important, now keep in mind mini NASDAQ is a very small contract, only $20 a point. That means $5 a tick. So moving at $20 a point, if you can capture even 7 points or 10 points or 9 points, that may not seem a lot, but you got to look at it in terms of the reality of being a blue-collar working trader. Here's an example of a day on the 14th where he made 9 points. That's $180 per contract. But when you subtract it out or add it out, multiply it out, that's $720 for the day. I'm telling you, that's going to be one happy family you're going to have there, because you're going to make that almost every day. $500 to $1,000 a day is our goal. Some days they're going to be a little less. Like here's a day where we just made 3 1/4 points only, so it was a $260 day, and then you subtract out a little of the commission, you know. But overall, you can see here's 9 winning days in a row. Today was a little rougher day. The early morning, I was calling for a down session. Our market force indicators were calling for a down session, and we got taken out a little bit on a couple of the trades early, because the market moves in 2 ways. It moves in terms of exhaustion reversals and what I call momentum blasts. The boomerang trades are momentum blasts in one direction with all of our bias indicators lining up. They're very easy to trade in most cases. The exhaustion reversal trades are when a market hits a peak level, and I don't show how I do my exhaustion reversal trades, but they're quite successful. You can see to get the kind of results I just showed you. But once those, like an exhaust reversal is occurring down in here, and then we trade them back up, and then we make a boomerang trade for right up. This was today's action. It's absolutely nuts. They just completely rigged the market today. What happened was there was some ship off the coast of Iran that pulled over a boat that was carrying some oil supplies. I'm not sure what. But the U.S. started moving their ships over there, which they got sitting out there. It's in international territorial waters. It was a big deal, and they just crushed the market early. Well, being the FOMC meeting day today, and I'll give you an helicopter view here, being an FOMC meeting day today and seeing the market get crushed like this, well, the riggers, and if you don't know the market's rigged, well, you probably should not be day trading or trading at all, because I've been talking about this for 12 years, and now all kinds of people are reporting on it, and there's all kinds of books out. So pretty common knowledge now. And if you still don't understand what rigging the market is, just think of the term quantitative easing. I'm sure you've heard that. That's a fancy word for printing money with no backup that doesn't exist and throwing that in the markets and buying tremendous, literally millions and billions of bonds with money that you just printed out of thin air. If that's not rigging, I don't know what is. But anyway, the riggers who are active in all the markets, but particularly you'll see it reflect here. Here's a market that was hammered, but it was down very strong, and all the higher time frames, what I call the higher time frames that I track to day trade the markets, were all very bearish. Well, sure enough, this insane ramp up here occurred. Then they pulled them back mildly and re-ramped them up again and then again before finally pulling back. Well, the point is, I was working these exhaustion reversals on the short points, and a lot of the trades were handing me very quick swing trade gains. Some of them were, it was moving so fast, they're pulling back, and I had certain targets, and before I could catch them, they'd spring back again. We had to pop the trade out. But overall, in the later afternoon, I'm just giving you an example. We accumulated $195 on one contract coming in before I had to leave to come do the webinar here. But here's the main thing I want to show you. $195 on that last approximately 2 hours of trading, because we had to sit and wait on some of these trades for them to finally break down. We made 10 points in this final breakdown here. We got that, but $195, just work with me here, times 4 is $195 times 4, that's $780. And when you're trading a small $4,000 to $5,000 account, that's almost a 20% gain in 2 hours. So we don't really care about percentages and all that. That's generally for investors, and we're cold hard cash, blue collar working traders. You know, you can't compare us with option traders or stock buying. I'm going to buy a stock today at $10 and I think it's going to 20 in a year. That's fine. I do that myself. I can show you right here on your left, you see, because we're always tracking the high 5 up here, which is what's called the big board. It's a condensed version of the big board at what I've termed the high 5. That's the Dow Jones Industrial Average Composite Index, Trend Transportation Index, and the Advanced Decline Line. And then, of course, again, I do believe in buying individual stocks. In fact, I run a small private hedge fund myself, and I have my partner doing a lot of that work, and he consults with me during the day while I'm running the trading room. But we track crude oil, gold. Look at that gold climbing up. They keep trying to beat it down. The riggers keep trying to beat down the gold. It's in a bull market in all currencies except for the U.S. dollar, where they keep hammering it down. The crude oil is going to be falling apart from up in this 57 area pretty soon, I think, pulling them back down towards 50 again. I'll be buying more. I'm long that from down in the $45 crude level on an ETF called DIG. We also track the dollar on ETFs and all that. So I'm saying I do like to trade the markets, and I buy stuff and hold it. Like here's that natural gas. Look at that nat gas starting to pick up some steam, really hammered down. If you want to go ahead and buy Boyle and hold that for a couple of years, I think you'd be quite happy with America as the leader in nat gas. I guarantee you they're going to rig the prices up. You want to be on board that action there. Watch for a double or a triple on Boyle over the next year or so. But I'm saying I do that kind of stuff. But in our daily action in the room, the blue-collar workers trading room, the day traders action room, all we care about is the cold, hard cash. Everything else is kind of like unimportant. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to win every day. Come on, give me a break. That doesn't happen. But overall, every day we can achieve that goal. That's our target, $500,000. I've been trading for 25 years. I got an excellent 14-year reputation in the trading industry offering service to traders. I can send you a list of the scammers. They're published in some of the trading chat rooms and stuff. And it's all the famous people you know. I'm not on it, and I've been around longer than most of them. So what does that tell you right there? And I do more promos, and I do webinars like this. So I'm just trying to say, I ain't perfect, but I'm a hard worker. And when you come in my room, you're going to learn more about day trading the markets than you ever learned anywhere else. And again, that's cold, hard cash in your pocket. And best of all, you can join our trading room, make these same type of gains in your own personal trading account, whether with us directly doing your own account, or as I mentioned, we have auto trade with my friend Mason over at Global Futures, a brilliant guy, one of the best auto trade experts I've ever worked with. He gets my trades, and we're going tick by tick, and he gets them spot on. He can open an account for you in his firm and trade my exact signals. However, we require first that you come in the room for a week or two and write down all the trades that are made so you can see exactly what's going on and how we trade, and you can see all the winning trades for yourself, and that's going to be a lot better than asking me or anybody else for a track record, in quotes, which many of those that are distributed out there are complete, absolute fabrications. We don't do that. We hand you exact, real, live trades, and I require that you come, if you want auto trade, it's for our room subscribers. It's not for the general public as an investment. It's only for our room subscribers, and you come in the room, you can get a trial for $29 for 2 weeks. You can come in the room for 2 weeks for just 29 bucks. After that, it's $249 a month. And our last group of traders, I think I showed you this a second ago, the last group of traders that have been in there a couple of weeks, if they started trading on a small account, made over $5,320 with 66.50 NQ points. So you paid 29 bucks. If you had the guts, I don't recommend it. I recommend you watch me for a couple of days, but this is less than 2 weeks here. So if they jumped in and started trading 4 contracts, they paid me 29 bucks and made 5,320 bucks. Not a bad deal. So again, we're not looking for people to come in and just, you know, kind of come in and looky-loos and look into my room and go, oh, ooh, that's so volatile. Oh, cancel. I'm not going to go in that room. I'm telling you right up front, don't even bother. Don't even sign up. If you're, you know, a looky-loo or what I call a wimp, just forget it. This is not for wimps. I'm not saying a wimp is a bad thing. I'm a wimp on many things too, you know, but the point is in day trading in the NASDAQ, you got to be a very gutsy person. And if we make 5 winning trades in a row, which we do all the time, and then I get 3 knocked them back, you don't start crying to me about, oh, you lost, I'm canceling. That's crybaby crap. We don't need that here in the room. This is for real traders who want to come in, roll up their sleeves. If you don't believe me, talk to former pit traders. You know how many fights broke out in the pits? I mean, you're down in those pits and people are wrestling for spots in the floor, and that was my trade and you outed my trade, and boom, 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 and then the pit police come in there, and I mean, we're not like that in the room, but that same kind of energy is in there, because you got to remember these markets are being spoofed and rigged by high-speed frequency traders, and they're also being rigged by the feds, as I explained earlier. So what I do in the room, I'm just telling you this stuff up front. I don't want you to join the room and go, oh my God, oh, it's so fast and furious. We're here to make cash, and I can do it for you. I can help you make that cash, or you can have our auto trade experts do it for you once you're in the room and you like the action. Number one, we trade exclusively the mini NASDAQ futures, which is the absolute best day trading contract for the U.S. stock indexes. Forget the ES. It still works, and our Boomerang Day Trader software, by the way, if you're interested in that, guarantees not the only system in the entire trading industry, in the history of the trading industry, that guarantees 90% winning trades. And you can learn more about that by going, I'm side subjecting myself here a little bit. You can go and learn about that by going to boomerangtrader.com. You can read all about Boomerang Trader, one of the top sellers on NinjaTrader for over 5 years in a row. I'm no new kid on the block. This has been around a long time. And our new Ultra Boomerang Trader, which was thoroughly enhanced and upgraded about 4 months ago, is so powerful, and the rules are so simple that following the rules, we guarantee you 90% winning trades. Now, how's that starting a $200,000 a year trading career for the mere cost of $1,195 for Boomerang and some cost for your data feed and for NinjaTrader and all that? It's ridiculous. If you're going to go out and start a business like at a pizza franchise or something, even if you start your own independent deal, it's going to cost you a fortune in setting the office up, renting the place, getting those ovens in there, getting those drivers in there, getting them insured, all that stuff. Start a $200K account, and that guy's not going to make $200K a year. If his pizza business is successful, after a few years he might, but I'm just saying you can do it with Boomerang Trader and our live trading room. Number two, the NASDAQ moves very quickly when the market is active during the first few hours of trading, which is mostly when we trade. It requires a special type of skill and experience to trade it. That's what I offer and bring to the table. All you got to do is follow my crystal clear trades. And the way we do them, I'll give you an example real quick. And the market is still open, yeah. So, okay, we're here in the room, and I'm going to give you a live example. Now, this is not a winning trade. I think this, frankly, this looks to me here sort of like a bottoming area right now. So, theoretically, I say, okay, we're going to go ahead and buy at the market. I go up here and I click this so you have the simulator showing on here. Go ahead and buy them at the market right here. Go long right here at the market, 850, 875, 9 even, 850. I give you the last 3 quotes, right? Now, this is not a real trade. I'm not into the markets here right now enough, and I wouldn't be trading this late in the day. But I just gave you an example how it works in our live room. I push this on here, and I say, okay, and then Mason comes back to me from Global Future. He says, we're long at 850. Okay, so we start watching the stop here, and we start watching the market. We're long at 850, and we're looking for this market to push up to 8, 9, 10, 1150 is going to be our target, because we're going to look to scalp 3 points on this deal, right? 3 points. If we get that 3 points going, that's going to give us $60 per contract. If you're trading 4 contracts, that's going to give you $240. If we make 5 or 6 of these winning trades, and a lot of times we do them right in a row, that's going to put over $1,200 in your pocket. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be a very good day for you. And our trade's winning too, you know. So I'm tracking this trade, and this is how we run our room every single day. And we're not always right. We're going to have losing trades. We're going to have a lot of winning trades. I had 2 trades today, for example, and we do runners when the market's swinging like today. We had one that was gain of 13.5 points, one that was 9.5 points. We had a bunch of losers, yeah, because the market was getting roasted on the downside. I was trying to pick up a couple trades on the side. Now, by the way, we're long at 850. This yellow line is not correct. We're long at 1150, right? And our target is, or we're long at 850. Our target's 11.5. And luckily here in the live room, I'm getting a winning trade under my belt here. Now, Mason didn't take these trades and put them in the live accounts, but see that running them up here? They're running them right up to our target there, just above 11. In some cases, because see this spike move up here? Let me blow this up for you. When I get a move like this, a spike move, I call that a gift from the market. Now it looks like it's going to take out our trade. There's 11.25 printing right now. One more tick higher and we're going to get filled on that trade, which like I said. But normally I would just go ahead here because this is a gift. And I just close it out here and say we're closed at the market. So that is called what we call in the room a gift. I don't have to give it some complicated, pseudo-sophisticated, mysterious name. It's a gift. We got long at 850. They went down to 775. Yeah, we took a couple ticks heat, but then they blasted up to 11.25, 1 tick from our high on a gift. That's a spike gift. So I clicked and closed them out. I call it out loud and clear. Mason closes them out, and that account got what was a 1 tick shy of a 3-point gain. So again, there would be $55 times 4 contracts, $220. If we had 5 of those in a row, $1,100 for the day. We go home. That's our day. We're done for the day. So I was fortunate that we had this webinar here, and I got a real trade that I put on for you, and but it wasn't trading in a live account because we're closed. Our room's closed. I'm doing the webinar today. Duh. So that gives you an example. That's exactly what we do all day. And I narrate the trade action just like I did in front of you there. I would say, hey, we got a gift. We got a gift. Take the gift. See? Forget about 1150. I know that's the target. It's probably going to go up there. But if they go to 11.25 on a gift spike higher, I'll take that money right now. I don't care. I don't want to be a big Rambo hero for a big 10-point winner or all that, or, oh, you could have got 3 more points out of it. People say that. I say, you don't belong in our room. We're spikers. We're scalpers here. We're looking to just grab that action. So I provide the exact crystal clear trades you need to easily enter the trades and follow along with me, like you just saw in front of your very eyes. Exactly like that. It was crystal clear. It was live. However, I did say not to take the trade, and I hope you didn't. But if you did, you made some money. But the point is, that's exactly how I do it all day long, every day. All trades that are called out are placed in live auto trade accounts that are offered to traders who wish to have that type of service. My Day Traders Action live room is not a boring Q&A type of room. We don't have question and answers. You think I'm going to stop in the middle of that spike give and says, oh, John has a question. Where was it again that you went long? No. If you're not paying attention in the room, you don't belong in the room. You got to pay attention, get your account ready, get your finger on the trigger, and get ready to trade with us. And let's put $500 to $1,000 cash in your pocket, and then we'll close the room up and we'll come back the next day and do it again. This is high-speed action with a lot of winning trades that produce results shown above, that I showed you above up there. We are consistent, profitable, and each trade, as mentioned, verified by a registered broker who is monitoring all of our trades. So if you have some experience trading, are serious about making $500,000 a day, have an open trading account, and aren't just a looky-loo or a wannabe, then start taking trading serious instead of just endlessly attending webinars, taking free trials in rooms that lie about the results and don't post verified results, don't have auto trade or brokers in their account. You know, we're just here as the real deal. I stand here as the real deal if you are. I'll be around for quite some time. You know, if you're starting your career with us today or tomorrow in the action, tomorrow's the FOMC meeting, so it's going to be kind of a choppy day. We'll trade for the first hour or two, and that's about it, real carefully. We don't usually trade on those days. But the point is, we're the real deal if you are. If you're starting your career today, career means 20 years. That means you have approximately 4,800 trading days left in your life. That's right. If you're going to trade for 20 more years, you got 4,800 days left approximately. Holy smokes. So if you have one lost day, doesn't that put it in perspective? BFD. You got 4,799 left. So we don't allow any wimps or crybabies in the room. We just don't want to waste time with that. If you can't handle the action, I'm explaining it all the up front. Even so, that I only put out perfect, you know. So I'm just trying to show you. We've got a spike gift, all that stuff. You got a little sample of what the room's like. I'm showing you up front. Don't join us if you got to ponder and think about that trade I was going to put on. Well, let me think about this. See how it goes. Oops, it's a winner. You know, the fastest trade we've had filled in some fast markets was 7 seconds. I entered the trade like you saw there. Boom, 7 seconds. That one filled. I'd have to check time and sales, which I don't have time to now. But I think that was about 2 to 3 minutes. That's actually common for our system because when I get in one of these, this was an exhaustion reversal trade that had moved across my dynamic trend bands. It gave me signals to go long. So when I put that baby on, they spiked them up in that spike gift that we saw here. That was just one of the methods I use. Now, I don't reveal that, but Boomerang is fully revealed, all the exact rules. In fact, if you want to watch our latest webinar on Boomerang, I went over exactly. You go to boomerangtrader.com. Check this out, 90% winning trade signal. Go into that section. Here is a review I did from 407 to 422 of all the Boomerang setups. I didn't even know what they were. I just went on live. We have bi-weekly 2-week training sessions that are free. And I went on there, and I just started showing all the traders the exact rules. Here's a setup. Here's a setup. And there was 100% winners. If I recall, I wrote it all down here. 71 winning trade setups, no losing trade setups. So it's a tremendous amount of NQ points over that 2-week period. Now again, keep in mind, I use 3 or 4 different trading methods from my 25 years experience in the room. I don't just sit and wait for Boomerang trades. It's important to understand that because Boomerang, you have to wait for those trades. Sometimes you'll put on a Boomerang trade, boom, you got a winner within 3-4 minutes like you just saw. It may be in another hour before you get another one. We got a lot of testimonials and stuff. Here's a former floor trader that loves me and my work. He's always in the room every day. He says, my abilities don't come close to yours. Thank you very much, James. You're a great guy. Love you, buddy, and see you tomorrow in the action. But I got all kinds of stuff here. You know, I have to say I have more winning trades with your Boomerang indicators than with any other trading system. I have a lot of other indicators and systems, but I always keep coming back to Boomerang, and they just go on and on and on. I get them every day. Some of these are a little older. That's why I don't put the dates on, because I get them every day. Just endless testimonials saying, thank you for making Boomerang. Now I can trade by myself and be a winning trader, and it's quite exciting. But in the room, we do a lot of things. We show you how to be a winning trader, following my signals, and getting into that high-speed action. If you can handle it and you like the excitement and joy of making $500 to $1,000 a day, then you are welcome to join our room for $29 for 2 weeks. Now, it's going to automatically bill $249 for the subscription after that. Hey, if you can't handle the action or for any reason you don't like it, then I don't know why you wouldn't like making 500 to 1,000 bucks a day, but some people don't. They hate money or something. But then you can just simply cancel on your PayPal account. It's no big deal. Now here's the link, and I think I can copy paste this. Can't I read into the little thing on here? Let me do that. If you I don't know if this will work or not. Anyway, I'm trying to copy paste this link into the system here. Anyway, if you can't get this, simply email me. Here's the easiest thing to do. My email, I think I can put that in here. Mohan at daytradersaction.com. If I haven't offended you and you don't mind some of the things I've said and you think that this might be something you'd like to do and start becoming a blue-collar working trader, having all the excitement of that trade that we just had on. That was a gift from the markets, by the way. Look at now, they're hammering them lower. This pig can't get going today, and that's what I called for before the market opened today. I said watch for a stronger downside bias leaning today. Now that doesn't mean the market's going to be bearish or the Dow's be down 200 points. It was a call for the market to overall be more resilient on the sell side. And we got that going here today. I'm not a very good salesman, am I? I don't follow up on all the sales stuff. Actually getting flooded every day with people wanting to take our trial. But I came in this room today, and I really respect all you traders, and thank you very much for joining me today. If you'd like to join the room, 29 bucks. You'll learn more about the markets in that 2 weeks on the trial than you will any other time in the markets. Again, email me at Mohan at daytradersaction. I can't somehow, let me try one other quick little thing here, see if I can get that link on there for you so you can join our room. Here it is. Let's see if I can get this one to copy paste. And I'll attempt to put it in that little spot there if that's okay, Reed. Let's see here. It's a PayPal link. You can use any credit card on PayPal. Hey, I think this is going to work. You can use any credit card or your PayPal account. It's not working. Huh. Anyway, can't type it out because it's some big long link there. Try one more time. Anyway, just email me at Mohan at daytradersaction, and no, it's not copy pasting for some reason. Oh well, that's okay. And I will send you the link, and I'll send you this actual promo right here so you can read all this stuff again, and they'll be recording this room again, I believe. So again, that's the way we trade, just like I showed you in that last trade. We do that every day, and we also provide some other services in the room. I'll show you right here. I'll list them right here. I am confident you'll love our trading room, the crystal clear trades, the exciting action of becoming a professional blue-collar working E-mini NAS trader. The Day Traders Action live room provides the following: a high percentage of winning trades in the mini NAS, exact market directional forecast for the day in our pre-market briefing, along with all the key resistance support levels we will be watching as I give those live. Those are live and they're constantly updated. Precision, choppiness, whipsaw alerts to keep us out of the higher risk trading areas. I do that by watching the volume meter here. I teach you how to build one of these. It's so simple. You can use it on any data vendor, whether it's Ninja, eSignal, Thinkorswim, any of those. I'll show you exactly how to build it. You don't need Boomerang to trade in our room. I provide Boomerang for you live in the room. You can use your own charting platform and place your trades right on your own charting platform, so you don't require that. Just join the room for 29 bucks for 2 weeks and stay with us for the next 4,799 days. I'll be here in the action every day. I love it. Here's me back in 2004 giving a talk. I did one, 2 of them in San Diego, California. I did several out in Boca Raton. On the one in Boca Raton, we had Mark Douglas there, the brilliant and well-known market trading mindset expert, and we had over 320 traders, all flew in from around the world just to see me. And we also had 12 floor traders flying from Chicago, and they said, yeah, there's a lot of us here because whenever we see so many people getting involved with the new method, we like to figure out how to fade it. So they're coming to my webinar, and they're going to try to figure out my methods, and then they're going to figure out where that kind of volume is going to be coming in from my people taking those trades, and they're going to try to fade those trades and stop out those traders. Well, so much for you floor traders, because now some of you have joined my room, but not only that, it's a private room, so you have to be in the room, and it's not going to be well known, these signals, and we're going to get in and fade a lot of, we're going to fade the faders. Just kidding here, but we're going to have some fun, and like that spike you just saw, that spike gift that came in, I was fading the bearish people were going on the downside. I went long there, and that's when all of a sudden, whoa, they spiked them up, and so you see that kind of action all day. It's kind of fun. Hey, keep in mind, it's not always this hyper. I'm just a little hyper from today. It was so wild. But on a lot of days, we'll have I had this the other day, 3-4 winning trades. I go, okay, room's closed, and some people go, oh, and I go, well, 900, you're trading a small account, and I don't want to just sit here and tell jokes, you know. I mean, I consider, and besides, if I sit here, I might start trading more, and who knows, maybe we'll get some of it back. You never know. Maybe I'll make another 20 points. That's happened too. But the point is we're very conservative, really, because we're auto trading for people, and we'll stop auto trade if we hit 8 to 15 points as our target in the day. That's going to produce a $500 to $1,000 account for a small account, and we maybe a little less on auto trade because we're more conservative. But the point is that we're done. Take the day off. We'll be in here tomorrow doing the same thing. It's a tense business, you know. You want to get some time off. So precision choppiness, whipsaw alerts to keep us out of the higher risk trading areas, consistent steady trades, put cash in your pocket and buy the important things you need, ongoing precision narration of where the market's going next 2 minutes, the next 5 minutes, the next few ticks, or the next couple hours, all by me. And again, I can't show you any more credibility than having 320 traders flying in, a picture of me standing there with 320 traders flying in from all the world and a dozen floor traders. I don't know what you want. We trade live. All the trades are placed in live accounts. You should know all the required disclaimers. I believe Reed said that beforehand. He kind of blanket covers all of us giving a talk here, so that's a good deal. So I'm getting ready to close up now, and what I'd like to do, again, please email me if you'd like to join our room, have some fun, make some money like this. Just real quickly, if you add this all up again, $5,320, only on 66 points. You don't need a lot of points. You don't. The guys who are always worried about catching the big runners are the one contract traders because they're trying to catch a big runner on 1 or 2 contracts. Our idea is grab 3 to 5 points, in most cases 2 to 3, sometimes 3 to 4. Occasionally on days like today you get a bigger runner. Catch those on 4 counts or 4 contracts or 8. That's where you put a couple $1,000 a day in your pocket, and that's what we aim to do. That's our goal. That's our mission. So again, Mohan at Day Traders Action. You can email me, and I'll sure look forward to seeing in the action whenever you'd like to join with us. Here's today's market coming into the close here. They're hammering to the downside. So with this downside hammering, if you'd like to ask any questions right now, feel free to ask, and I'll be glad to answer them. I think, Reed, you're able to do that, aren't you? Forward me questions. I forget exactly how we did this last time.
So if you go to your little dashboard right there, you should see a little line that says questions. If you hit the plus sign on that, it'll bring those up, and you can see them for yourself.
Thank you. I got it.
Yep.
I got it. In fact, duh on my part, because I use go to webinar every day. I know what it is. Okay, thank you again. I have Interactive Brokers, and I'm using Ninja with it. I use your system with this setup. Can I use your system for $11.95? Absolutely, Nicholas. You can buy Boomerang right now, put that on there, and we guarantee you 90% winning trades. That's funny, huh? or another guy's laughing at something I said, I guess. So, yeah, feel free to go to the blog there at boomerangtrader.com and just go down and click on Purchase Boomerang Day Trader, and just scroll down. There's that little PayPal button, and you can buy it there. And we have bi-weekly class every 2 weeks, like clockwork, and make sure and read that last one that I showed you there on the blog. And by the way, I'm glad I got this page up because it's got my email up here, Mohan at daytradersaction.com. That's a picture of me there. Mohan at daytradersaction. My hair is a little longer, and I'm not wearing a suit, but I don't need to trade the markets and scalp the NAS. So, but Mohan at daytradersaction, if you'd like to join our room, just send me an email, and I'll send you the link to join for $29. And thank you very much, Nicholas. I most appreciate it. We'll look forward to seeing you at the ongoing training webinars. What am I buying for $11.95? Well, this webinar is on the Day Traders Action live room, but if you're talking about Boomerang, $11.95 is the cost for Boomerang Day Trader. That's the system I showed you here, and you have to learn how to use it. But if you just go to, well, I showed you that already. What I showed you earlier. I think this question's earlier, but just go to boomerangtrader.com. You can link to that from my daytradersaction.com site too, and it'll explain it to you. And we guarantee 90% winning trades on E-mini NAS. No one has ever done this in the history of the stock market. No system has it. And if you're looking at other systems, which everybody's doing and comparing, say, would you guarantee 90% winning trades in your system? And they're going to all go, what are you, nuts? You go, well, I'm talking to a guy that does. Yeah, it's a little cutting edge, and I'm kind of known for that because, like I said earlier, for 14 years, every single day, unless I was on some tropical island putting suntan oil on vacation, I was trading, calling the exact direction of the markets with a 90% winning trade record. And now I do that exclusively in my room. I don't publish a newsletter. I used to do it in a newsletter form called the Daily Directional Forecast. But I don't do that anymore. Now I'm doing it strictly in my live trading room. So again, just go ahead and email me at Mohan at daytradersaction if you'd like to get that link to join the room. And you know, if for any reason you don't like it, you can just cancel. It's a piece of cake. But I don't expect you'd want to. You know, making the kind of money that we do every day, it'd be a lot of fun. Hope you're having fun, at least. In some, you know, you get stopped out. It's not pleasant, but that's the way the markets go. It's part of the deal, you know. People that don't talk about getting stopped out or their stop out ratio or anything of that, you got to be a little bit careful because they just, again, they're trying to sell you something. God bless them for trying to do that, but I'm just telling you, you got to watch out in this industry a little bit. That's all I want to say, okay? I'm offering you all kinds of proof. You see the picture of me talking in front of 300 people. You see a lot of stuff here. I've told you a lot of things, and I've showed you. I even showed you a live simulated trade right in front of you there. So, again, I'm trying to show you everything I can to verify that you're getting into a good deal. And how many hours on average you trade? We trade. Good question, Scott. Thank you. We trade from. I go do a pre-market briefing about 25 after 9, and the market opens at 9:30. New York Stock Exchange. NAS starts trading. We don't trade for 15 minutes. I just watch the market. I might even do a paper trade like you just saw earlier there. I might do a paper trade or two, just try to get a real feeling out of the market. Now, when I do that, then I start putting on the trades. Now, one question I'm getting here is the trading room is not a Boomerang or a market trading room. It's me doing a narration like I'm doing right now, going into the action and say, just like I did earlier, buy them right here at the market. Oh, we're long, long. Okay, moving up. Oh, we got a gift spike to the upside. Take out the trade, cancel the trade. That's it.